Hey everyone, this is D, Movieman, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. Okay, so I got a lot of good feedback on the last reaction video I did for the Respect teaser, so I figured I'd go ahead and do another one. Side note, if you guys are interested in seeing the actual trailers of these films, I usually put them down below in the description box, just so you can watch it on your own, get a sense of how you feel about it, and then come back. And then I can give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it as well. And this time I'll be doing one for The Old Guard, directed by Gina Prince-Bythewood, starring Charlize Theron, Kiki Layne, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. So let's get into it.
Who are you?
You can call me Andy. I lead a group of soldiers. Fighters, like you. With an extremely rare skill set.
What do you mean?
Mother? Let's just say we're very hard to kill.
Oh.
You've got questions, kid. You want answers? I have the new one.
And?
I think she has potential. See, you're already healing faster. You're gonna do great.
So you good guys or bad guys?
Depends on the century.
So we really never die.
Just because we keep living doesn't mean we stop hurting.
Throughout history, we've protected this world, fighting in the shadows. It's nearly impossible to disappear in the world we live in today. Would you like me to take one for you?
Oh, thank you so much.
There you go.
Thank you.
These are extraordinary individuals. They are extremely resistant to capture.
They're going to lock us up and weaponize us. But they've never faced an army like ours.
An army of 5. Shit, let's start a band.
If we can unlock their genetic code, the entire world will be begging us for the key.
You shouldn't have done that.
We don't have all the answers. But we do have purpose.
I strongly recommend that we leave right now.
Wow. Oh, snap.
Let's move!
Wait for the signal.
How the hell can you even tell?
Wow, that is really interesting. Well, first and foremost, I really love Gina Prince-Bythewood. I actually had the pleasure of sitting in on a live Q&A session she did on Shadow and Act, which is a very popular Black media blog that I follow. They do a lot of profiling of Black productions, TV shows, movies, the stage, Broadway, a lot of different things like that. And so every so often they'll have like these live Q&A sessions, and Gina Prince-Bythewood was on giving a lot of information about her time in the business, directing, working with certain actors, editing, different things on certain films, pitching, all that. And I was actually able to ask a few questions and she did answer them. I thought that was really awesome. I've been, of course, a fan of her work since Love and Basketball. And she's also directed The Secret Life of Bees, Beyond the Lights, Nappily Ever After, and now The Old Guard. So I really enjoy a lot of her work. I think it's awesome that a Black female director is really making moves in the industry. She is really, I don't know, like she's just continued to do great work. I've enjoyed everything, pretty much everything she's done. And the fact that she's now expanding to do this kind of story, I think is really awesome. So the idea that this team of warriors that have been around for like centuries and they've continued to like battle throughout history. I think that's such an awesome concept and idea. I'm not familiar with the comic book or graphic novel that it's based on. I might have to go and check that out, but the concept itself is really, really interesting. So I'm excited to see that. I'm loving the cast. Charlize Theron, I've always enjoyed a lot of her movies. I still remember the first thing I ever saw her in was Mighty Joe Young, and I loved that movie. I think I was like 7 or 8 when that came out. And so to see her career from that film to now is really, really awesome. And to see her as the head of the team, I'm pretty sure she's gonna do a great job. I was also happy to see Kiki Layne. For those of you who may not be familiar with Kiki Layne, she starred in the film If Beale Street Could Talk as Tish Rivers. And she did a great job in that film. The film is great. It is a beautifully made film. It is definitely a downer, so fair warning, but I definitely think it is worth watching. Definitely the performances are really solid in it, especially Regina King as Sharon Rivers, Tish's mother. And of course, that's the performance that Regina King won the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. But for Kiki Layne, that was actually her big breakout role. She also starred in 2019's Native Son with Ashton Sanders. So she's kind of an up-and-coming actress, so I was so happy to see her second build alongside Charlize. I'm glad she has a starring role in this. I'm glad that, you know, her career is just on the up and up. I was also happy to see Chiwetel Ejiofor. That is another actor that's a favorite of mine. I've enjoyed so many of his movies. I think one of the earliest films of his that he was in that I saw was 2007's Talk to Me. That was directed by Cassie Lemons, another director I really enjoy. Great film about the life of Petey Greene, who was an ex-con who ends up becoming a popular talk show host and a community activist. And Chiwetel portrays his friend Dewey Hughes, his friend and his manager, and their relationship as Petey Greene's career begins to really blow up. And I actually forgot, but he was in Amistad. And if that wasn't the first and that was the second film, I remember seeing him being like, oh, is that the same guy? It's interesting. A lot of his characters are more dignified, positive, easygoing, noble characters. And in this film, he's playing more of a villain. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, overall, I think this is a really interesting concept. Like I said, I need to check out the graphic novel because that sounds really, really cool. But I will definitely check this out. I'm glad it's on Netflix. You know, it's not like we can really go to the movies right now anyway, but I am excited for this. You know, I'm a sucker for a fantasy, sci-fi, period piece style movie wrapped all into one, which is what this looks like. Looks like the action is gonna be really interesting. Like I said, the concept, the idea of them being immortal and, you know, being able to survive through all these centuries. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I definitely will be checking out The Old Guard, and hopefully if anyone is interested, I could give my thoughts on that film after I watch it, maybe do a little review. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing this. Definitely excited for Kiki Layne. I'm always excited to see Black people in leading roles and in, you know, different roles like sci-fi and fantasy. We don't have enough visibility in those genres, which is sad, but I'm glad to see that she's a part of this and she'll be playing a very important character. And so this definitely will be something I'm sure I'll enjoy. So until next time, this is D, Movie Man, signing off, and I'll see you at the movies.